Second case, when masses of two bodies kept constant but the distance between them is changed. Consider two bodies of masses m1 and m2 are at distance d from their center. Then the force of gravitation or the force of attraction between them is let this is the mass m1 and mass m2 at distance d from their center, and the force of attraction between them is F in opposite direction. This is mass m2. Then the force of attraction, that is gravitational force between them, is given by F is equal to G into m1 m2 by d square. Equation 1. Now case A. If the mass of both bodies remain constant but the distance between them is increased by 2 times, then the new force of attraction will be this is the mass m1 mass m2, distance between them is increased by d dash is equal to 2d, increased by 2d, and the force between them is F dash, now acting in opposite direction, mass m1 mass m2. Then the new force F dash is given as G into m1 m2 by 2d square, or F dash is equal to 1 by 4 into G m1 m2 by d square, or F dash is equal to 1 by 4 times F from equation 1. That is, thus the new force of attraction will decrease by 4 times. Now second case B. If the masses of both bodies remains constant, but the distance between them is decreased by 2 times. Then the new force of attraction will be here mass m1, m2, m1, m2. Distance between them is decreased by d dash is equal to d by 2 times from their centers. Then the force of attraction between them is F dash, and this F dash is given by F dash is equal to G into m1 m2 by d by 2 को whole square, or F dash is equal to 4 into G into m1 m2 by d square, or hence F dash is equal to 4 times of F. Thus the new force of attraction increases by 4 times. Now from these four experiment we can make two conclusions. From these experiment or observation. Number 1 is, if the mass of both bodies are increased by n times, keeping the distance between them constant. Keeping the distance between them constant, then the new force of attraction between them, the new force of attraction between them will increase by n square times and vice versa. Second point is, if the distance between two bodies is increased by n times, keeping their mass keeping their masses constant, then the new force of attraction, between them will decrease by n square times and vice versa. Now let me turn it. Next is okay. Now about we completed about the relation of gravitation with its factors. Now let's move to characteristics of gravitational force. What are the characteristics of gravitational force? Sorry, it is clear. Good. Characteristics of gravitational force. Number one is it is independent of the nature of the intervening medium. It means whatever the medium, the gravitational force does not change between same two bodies. Means कुनै पनि दुईटा बडीजलाई जुनसुकै मिडियममा राखे पनि तिनीहरू बीच लाग्ने ग्रेभिटेशनल फोर्स चेन्ज हुँदैन. That is independent of the intervening medium. Second one is it is independent of the pressure or absence of other bodies. Second one is it is independent of pressure or absence of other bodies. Third one is it is independent of the nature and the size of the bodies. Fourth one is it is central force. It is central and attractive force. It is central and attractive force acting along a line joining the centers of the two bodies between. And other features is it is it acts between this gravitational force. It acts between two bodies two bodies and constitutes an action and reaction pair. This is. Now let's solve some numericals from here, and it has lots of importance. Gravitational force has lots of importance. Some importance are here. Importance of gravitational force. Number one is it is responsible for binding all celestial bodies. Second one, it has holded the atmosphere. It has holded the atmosphere. Another, due to it rain and snow fall on the earth. Fourth, flow of water in rivers, or flow of water in rivers from high-lying land to low-lying land. Water flow from high-lying land to low-lying land. Next one is rising and falling of water level in the ocean, sea. Ocean is tide. That is called tide. Rising of water level is called tide, and it is due to force of gravitation of the sun and moon. Six, motion of the planet in their in their respective not spherical orbit, that is elliptical orbit, respective elliptical orbit. And also you can add one also here, revolution of artificial satellites and natural moons or satellites around the planets.